welcome back to All the Neffiness, everyone. This is Neftali here, and I'm back with you today sharing another 12 by 12 process video. And I'm super excited to be sharing this one because it's actually one of the first few layouts I've created of my son's birthday. And as you can see here, I'm using the Family Fun Collection by Elle Studio. I was invited to participate in one of their classes, which was the From Sketch to Finish class, Volume 2. And so I created a few layouts for them, and I thought I would share with you guys a bit of the process. I don't want to get too much into detail with what's included of the class or in the class, but if you guys are interested, the class includes 30 sketches, and they're all fabulous. And if you're using the there's also an exclusive, I should mention, there's also an exclusive stamp set included in this class, so you guys can all go check that out. You guys can go check that out. I'll link it below for you guys, and you guys can stop by the Elle Studio website and shop, and you guys can purchase the class. It's a very fun class. It's self-paced. It's, like I said, there's 30 sketches included, and then there are 10 designers that were invited to participate in designing using some of the sketches, and you'll see how each one, so for so you'll see how each one, took the sketch and created it in their own way with their special style. So, in and on to the layout now. I am creating a layout in the shape of a heart here, as you can see. I am cutting up a bunch of the 6x6 papers that I had and basically connecting them in the center. I didn't use the large papers because I was sort of hoarding them. I didn't want to cut up the big ones. So I took my 6x6 papers and I cut them up into different lengths so that I could form my little heart shape that you see here. And it did take a little bit of time, but I really thought it was fun to get it all shaped out and make sure my heart is as cute as can be. So the next step I took was to go ahead and have fun with my sewing machine and add tons and tons of stitching, as you can see here. So I wasn't sure if I was going to cut around it, and I did eventually cut around, but I went around and shaped my heart with some white thread with my sewing machine, and I loved the effect. It added so much texture to my layout, and I just felt like it just helped all those different colors of the stripes come together so well. So what I'm doing now is matting my photos here, and I'm using again the 6x6 paper pad, and I'm using a two-tone orange paper and a two-tone red and pink paper. And I'm just going to add these photos of my son when we were singing him happy birthday in front of his first little cake, and his faces were hilarious. So I loved being able to include two photos. And so now it looks like it's time to play. I was so nervous about getting this layout right because I knew it was going to be published in the class booklet. So it actually took me quite a few days to get it the way I wanted to. And it progresses quite quickly in this video, but it really felt like a lifetime when I was actually working on it here at home. So I was just nervous, to be honest. I was nervous and I wanted it to be perfect, and I think in the end it did turn out perfect. I'm quite proud of how it turned out. Most of the items that you see here I will be keeping. I just had trouble deciding that I was going to keep them, and I kept moving them from place to place, but I knew exactly what pieces I liked. So I think that was the best part. The hard part was deciding where I wanted. So I added stitching to each one of these cute little pennant banners at the top, and I'm going to be popping them up with some pop dots, and I just added stitching up at the top to kind of make them look like they're connected and united somehow. So I'm just using some pop dots for that, and I'm gonna keep it up there. I think I move it maybe like once or twice, all those little bits there, but I mostly keep them up there. I just thought it would give, or it just kind of went with the birthday. And the best part about this collection and the colors that were in the collection was that those were actually the colors I used for my son's first birthday. His birthday theme was circus. So, of course, the red and the white and the yellows and the stripes, all of that was perfect. And you can see there that he's wearing a red and yellow birthday hat. So, the colors here, all these mix of colors just go so perfect, and I was super excited about that. And I just had to add the pennants up at the top, of course, because it's a birthday party. So I'm now looking through my puffy stickers to see if I like anything here, and I'm trying to sort of build my title. And I'm not, like I said, this was a mission to figure it out. I went back and forth. I literally moved things probably like a million times. It took me a while to decide what was best for the layout. I also knew that I loved that heart. The shapes of the hearts in this collection were just super cute. They were like those super cute skinny little hearts. And then I also liked that blue little die cut piece that says enjoying every minute of this day. So I knew I wanted to include that. it just I was just taking my time trying to figure out where it was gonna go. I'm gonna bring out a few more die cut pieces and figure them out under my photo. I'm looking at my stamp sets right now. I was sent both the title builder stamp set and the exclusive stamp set for the class. And I ended up using, I think, maybe one, or I don't think I used both stamps sets for this layout. I then brought out a little bit of watercolor with some splatters. And when I did this, I gotta be honest with you guys, I completely freaked out. And I said, oh my gosh, what did I do? Because I thought I wanted big splatters. And that's what I'm doing here. I'm just like squeezing out the paint. And I freaked out. I really did. I was like, okay, I don't know if I like this anymore. I kind of like the bright layout. So I'm going to be adding, I think, a little bit of yellow too. And you can also see where I added that little cluster at the bottom left side of the heart. I did that because I did not like the way the splatters dried out. So I just kind of left those for a little bit. I'm not quite sure if I leave them there or not. Like I said, this thing moved a whole lot. I wanted to add a little bit of journaling under my photo, so I went ahead and grabbed this cute little red, I guess, little journaling box or label, and I wrote a bit of journaling, and I did write it out, and I actually ended up not liking my writing, my actual writing. So I I stuck it down and I layered that over the detail, this little like ticket, orange ticket that said details on it, and I stapled that. And then above that, I added that gray strip that says love family, love right now, and love this. And so here's a little close up. I really thought I was almost finished here with the actual decorating. So I went ahead and backed my photo with the super awesome bright yellow paper that you see here. And I'm just going around my whole page, cutting up a little bit of it. I did have a paper trimmer at one point in my life, but I think my son broke one of them and the other one was really old, so that one wasn't working anymore. So I'm just literally freehand cutting. And since I don't cut straight, I'm bringing my little, I guess you could call this distress tool, and it just helps you distress the edges of your page. And so I did that all around my actual layout paper before I backed it onto the yellow. And then I went and stitched around the whole thing. So I'm trying to figure out if I need to add a little bit more texture to these strips. So I'm going around and lifting them up a little bit and giving them a little bit of ruffle there. And then, okay, I'm saying here that I'm going to be adding stitching all around. Then I brought out a bunch of puffy stickers, and I added a bunch at this point in time, but I came back later and I literally took out probably most of them. And so what I'm trying to do now is bring in sort of my title. I'm bringing in this word that says remember, and I'm going to put it in the middle of my photo, and again, that one's going to move. I am not joking when I said that everything moved at least once or twice. So I'm here at a different time now. And so I've added my stitching all around, and then I cut around my heart as you see me showing you here, and then I moved a lot of stuff. I moved the title. The title's actually going to stay there. I also changed around the little pennant banner to have it, instead of just going in one arch, it has like two of them. And I covered up the writing that I told you guys I didn't like under my photo. And what else did I do? I added a few stickers to the pennant banner as well. I think I added a little bit more splatters, it looks like it. And let me see, I moved around a few of those puffy stickers and some of the acrylic shapes and created a few clusters. So it looks like that's what changed a little bit. And the final thing I did that I like at this point, I felt like I really liked what I had done there. I liked how everything's centered. So everything's centered in the heart. My son's photos are obviously the main thing in, that your eye, the main focus, sorry. And then there's a bunch of words that crawl down under it. Then there's that little cluster with the heart. Like I said, I liked. And so I loved it. I absolutely loved it. And I just felt like I needed a little bit more on my background. So I'm bringing in a bit of the stamps here that are the ones exclusive to this class. And so what I did was go around with yellow and red and stamp around to add a little bit more to that kind of splatter look. So I took a few hearts, a few plus signs, and then a few of the little polka dotty little clusters there. And this pretty much finishes up the layout, guys. I was super excited to have been, guest designing for this class. I felt completely honored, and I'm glad to, that I got this great opportunity. So thanks so much for watching, guys. Here come the close-ups. Please don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you guys all in my next video. Bye-bye.